Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushtongallery.com. It is Saturday, March 25th, 2023. I can't remember where I put everything because I've been cleaning up my gallery or cleaning up my studio space recently. But I wanted to get some paintings prepared for the gallery and prepared for the catalog. And I found all three paintings. Boy, I tell you, when you clean everything up and put things in a new location, you forget where. Oops, dang it. Well, that's a good job of ruining a painting there. Well done, Mark Rushton. That's fine. It's fine. Just be a little more careful next time, would you? Could you? Great. So anyway, this is just going to be about preparing paintings, and then putting them into a temporary frame and photographing them, and just kind of talking about them along the way here, making sure that this camera is in focus. So last night, I worked on this particular book painting. What is a book painting? Book painting is a book that was damaged or was otherwise going to be thrown away. And then I kind of tear it out and paint on it with ink and or with either ink or acrylic paint. I have a sort of a abstract landscape motif that I work it with. That's how you end up with something like that. This particular book is that I have been dissecting. I think I have it here. It's one of these books. This one. It's like an advanced statistical mathematics book. I don't even know where I put it. It's up here somewhere. Anyway, so you've got a lot of equations and big words and things like that. I don't know. I kind of find this stuff fascinating. So what I do to prepare it for addition into the gallery is that let's get that up there. I like to adhere the painting to a piece of cardstock, in this case an 8x10 piece of cardstock, because I like to use off-the-shelf components. So pre-cut mats. This pre-cut mat is 8x10. The interior, I believe, is 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. Is that correct? I try to keep everything somewhat standardized around here. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, it's, what's the opening on this? 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. That's the opening. I'm going to have to make some adjustments. I didn't realize that's 4.5 by 6.5. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to do some adjustments on the gallery side. I have that size opening is incorrect. So I'm going to write this down here. Where did I put my pens? Yeah, good question. Where's a piece of scrap paper? You're not very organized, are you, Rushton? I'm organized. It's just that, sometimes you have to pivot at the last second. There's a piece of paper. All right, so I don't think I have this correct on the site. So the artwork opening is 4.5 by 6.5 inches, right? And then the mat is 8 by 10. And then the frame is essentially what they call an 8 by 10. It's actually a little bit larger, but we're going to call it an 8 by 10 because if you go to the store, right? So if you buy an artwork of mine and you don't want to pay you don't like the frame, you want to put in a different color frame, whatever, then all you have to do is know that you just need to buy an 8 by 10 pre-cut mat or an 8 by 10 off-the-shelf frame. Nothing wrong with standardization. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of artists, well, they do whatever they want, and that's fine. I used to be like that. Now I'm like really disciplined about trying to operate within specific sizes. Standardization, I guess, is what they would call that. Standardization. You'd standardize everything. That's one thing they didn't teach you that in art school, They're just like, whatever. Then you read the art books, like everything's a weird size. Years ago. All the stretch canvases and everything like that. Yeah, that looks good. So let's do these in order here. So this was last night. This was the night before. These are kind of similar. This is going to kind of get a weirder field. And then this was we're upside down. This was one that I saved by repainting it. I really like how that came out. The field's got this sort of rectangular presentation, almost kind of a Rothko effect type of thing going on there. And this is not a book painting. This is and see how this is crooked here? I had to make it crooked to get it to show up, present the way that I wanted it to in the thing there. So, it's all in the magic. This is just a painting on spun bonded olefin. It's got acrylic paint, but it's mostly acrylic ink. And so, yeah, spun bonded olefin, big synthetic fibers. All right, so let's get this prepared for photography. And then kind of talk about them along the way. And then I'm also going to, this is the good, always want to use a good pre-cut frame, pre-cut mat. So I always use the same frame. It's a Blickwood gallery frame. I love Blickwood gallery frames. They're so easy to use. They look nice. I love the white mat. They present really well. Very nice. And then most artists are going to hate me, but I don't care. But I don't use I used to own a DSLR, but I don't anymore. I sold it because I don't like cameras. I barely like smartphones. So what I do is I just take my smartphone over the top of it, crank out a photo. We do have a little bit of a glare problem here, so I got to readjust this camera. Bear with me. I suppose I could adjust the, I'm going to adjust the camera mount here a little bit here so it's more in the center. Kind of a lighting and glare issue. Nah, that's good. Stuff takes time. Stuff takes time. Well, it's just not just painting pictures, painting pretty pictures. There's a lot of other things you got to think about. All right, let's start over again. How's that look? Oh, that looks good. That's much better. See, I was getting, it was a little too close to this, excuse me here, this light box, the soft box here. So it's getting a little too much glare on one side. And then I like to go a little bit closer. That's not good. I'm going to have to redo that. Well, we'll see about that. And then I like to do a detail. It's possible. This seems a bit glary. There you go. That might be better. No, that's worse. Bring back the light. Okay, these are going to have to be edited. That's all right. So 1 down, 2 to go. Well, we're not completely down yet, but okay, I got to give this a title. What are we going to call this? What do you think? I almost feel like some of these are difficult to come up with a title very quickly. Let's just call it Blue Hills in the Distance. Because that's what we got. Blue Hills in the Distance. 10 by 8. The orientation. There we go. That up there. Next. It's going to be this one. How's that fitting in there? Fit and finish? How's the fit and finish? This one's great because you just get all the words are, for the most part, very clear on this one. And who doesn't love a pink sunset, right? All right. My little headset wires, always problematic. I can't figure out how to not have it be problematic. What are you going to call this? I always, with the book paintings, it's easy because I always like to use a less restrictive model. A less restrictive model by Mark Rushton. 10 by 8. I don't put the date on there. You know why? Because they're timeless. 2 out of 3 done. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Last night's painting. By the way, what am I drinking this morning? Dr. D's Sparkling Probiotic drink and Cocker Grape. I'm almost out. I've got one crisp apple left. I got to go run to the store tonight. Not today, tonight. Don't run to the store during the day. To hang out amongst those English. Here we go. Use that zoom. Might want to think about using the scanner at some point, I think. And I've got to look into using the scanner and thinking about offering these either as like if not originals, then limited edition prints in different sizes. That's open to me right now. And I've taken a brief dip into that, but it's a whole nother business, and I can't just dive headlong into the deep end without knowing how things go. What are we going to call this? The contrast model. We'll call it the contrast model. Wait a second. This is the one from 2 nights ago. I did these out of sequence. Well, I'll have to remember that. And, okay, we got that one done. Was there anything else? Did I have any other paintings? Oh, you know what? I did, but not to photograph. Let me just show you here. And I can't find my cardinal. It's somewhere around here. But then I was messing around with this cat, and on the whole, this thing is extremely janky. But I think once I go and scan it and get it down to a better crop, I think I'll be fine there. So that's one of the things that I'm going to also include. So this will be available as magnetic art and probably a tote bag. I can't seem to find the cardinal. The cardinal actually, the cardinal might be in the scanner for all I know. And so I got that. Got to work a little bit more on these, which are the lo-fi printed things, the collages. These are things that I generate with my Puli printer. So this is the pocket-sized Puli printer, and I've had this for a couple of years. Love it. It's thermal printed. They're tiny. It's like receipt paper, kind of like receipt paper. And then this is a larger version of it. which gets you things like this or things like this. And kind of playing around. Some people use it for scrapbooking. I use it for bunch of different projects. The small one here takes photos like that, and then I go and I colorize them and blow them up or whatever. But I just love taking images, and this is a photograph of a cat that I took. It was at the hardware store, and I was able to render it as a line drawing and spit it out in the machine. This is a self-portrait that was altered and then altered some more. I like that. I suppose it's like printing on the old duplicators of yore, but it's just a different twist on it. Kind of like it anyway. Well, that's it for this morning. I got other work to do, but Mark Rushton, MarkRushtonGallery.com. Think about I'll have these in probably in a few hours, and I'll work on more stuff, more new material tonight. But I'm going to play around with the gallery today and try to see what I can get added to it. So anyway, that's it for now. Talk to you later.